Michael Jackson's daughter just had a judge have the lawyers hand over $625,000 in her father's estate. Paris Jackson, the daughter of Michael Jackson, sued the executor of her father's estate. So first of all, what is an executor? An executor who is the one who has the responsibility of administering and managing an estate. So I'm an attorney in Illinois, and this conversation is just for entertainment purposes, so don't consider this legal advice. But here in Illinois, we have executors, and that's commonplace in commonplace in the United States. An executor is someone who has the responsibility of managing an estate. They pay the debts, they make sure assets are collected, and they disperse funds. An executor can be paid for the work that they do, even in large million-dollar estates such as Michael Jackson. But Paris Jackson said $625,000 was way too much. Paris Jackson said the executor of her father's estate had been paid over $120 million. Yes, you heard me right, $120 million. So why was Paris Jackson able to receive $650,000 of that back? Paris Jackson says the executors of her father's estate received over $120 million. Yep, you heard me right, $120 million. So how did Paris Jackson get $625,000 of that back? Glad you asked. They took an estate and made millions, meaning they took the asset of the Michael Jackson estate and they've created profit. For example, think of the Michael Jackson movie. The executor said when they took over the estate was over $500 million in debt. Yep, $500 million. So they said they made so much money that they were entitled to $120 million. Do you think Paris was happy? Absolutely not. But why did the judge give back $625,000? I've already told you the estate was $500 million in debt, and they've made profit over their investments and things they've done with the estate. The judge said, you know what? Even though you're able to make money for the estate, you have not proven to the court as to why you are entitled to $120 million. So for that reason, the judge gave back $625,000. That's because the judge ruled that the executors did not prove why they are worth $120 million. They said, great, you've made money. However, you have not provided enough evidence to justify the amount that you received as executors. So let's bring it home. Let's say you're an executor here in Illinois. If you are administering the estate of a family member, you can receive compensation. But if you want to be compensated for the efforts, and let's be honest, being an executor is a lot of work, you need to have accurate accounting and receipts. So reminder to you is, you may not have an estate that can make the profit or money that the Michael Jackson estate did. You still need to make sure your books and records are right. My name's Deanna Reynolds. Follow me for more.